Here is my presentation on my FMP. Why did I choose to do interior design? I chose to do interior design as it's something I'm really, really passionate about. I just enjoy it. My mum and dad know I enjoy it, so they've let me design my own rooms in my house. I just love it so much. It's just something I really love. Like, I love how everyone has different styles. I love the materials. I love the colours. I just think it's just amazing, really. Research. I researched Gregory Bradfield, and I did a design that he did, but in my own design. So this is one of my rug designs, but based on his. So I created this on the computer. Research. I also researched John Saladino, Eileen Gray, Nigel Coates, and Sheila Bridges. Sheila Bridges makes wallpapers, patterns, fabrics. So this is one of her wallpapers, and I made my own. So here's mine. Research. I also researched mood boards. Mood boards are a really important part of interior design. They show what fabrics you're going to use, like furniture, what colours, what wallpapers, and it's really important because it gives the person an idea of what their room's going to look like, which you're creating. So it gives a really good visual image. Mind map. I created a mind map before I did any research of what I was going to do in my project, what I was going to develop, what trips I was going to go on. So this is sort of an organisation thing for me. You can't really see it, so I'll just, there you go. I also went to the Design Museum in London. This is one of the trips I went to. There's a lot of furniture in here that was really modern, as you can see. Also, when I was here, there were mini furniture models, and these were selling at £400, £500. I think there was one even at £600. I think the cheapest one was probably £100. Anyway, people make them before they make their larger piece of furniture. So I was going to do this in my project. And there was also an exhibition on called Women in Fashion Power. There we go. I also went to Tate Modern. Although this didn't really have a lot of things that was relevant to my project, it developed my knowledge of art and wanting to be an artist. My final idea. Before making my final idea, I did a mind map of different ideas I can do. So creating a room on software, designing a mood board, thought this would be too simple, making a piece of furniture, either a chair or a table, design a space, refurbished furniture based on someone famous. So really I linked the last two together. So Lady Gaga and a room set. So my final ideas. I based these two drawings around Lady Gaga. This one because she's quite extravagant, and this one was based around one of her dresses. But I thought this looked old folky and I didn't really like that one. So workshop. I did a workshop with Amy, and in this workshop we did use viewfinders and close-ups of bugs. So that's that one there. That's a beetle, and this one's a wing of a butterfly. So this is the dress that was in the Women Fashion Power exhibition, and what I want to base my room around, because I just really like the pattern of it. So before going straight ahead and going on with it, I thought I'd research into different patterns that were similar, and also the guy that made the dress. So here's a dress, and it's like a similar pattern to what the bin bags are. So this is Kylie Minogue, and I also thought the fish scales were quite similar. The guy that made the dress because he wanted to make it based around, it's like household objects. He wanted it to be cheap. He didn't want it to be expensive, but he also wanted it to show Lady Gaga and how wow she is. So I tried some different ways of making the pattern with household objects, so paper and tinfoil. The paper one worked well, the tinfoil one sort of just folded, it didn't really work. So this is the dress again. I did some more research. William Morris and Tamaris Beasties. William Morris is a pattern designer, and Tamaris Beasties are quite similar, but I just love their work. So this is William Morris. Very detailed, very colourful. There we go, that one's one of my favourites. Now we're moving on to Tamaris Beasties. It's very modern. I really like the work. Look, it's just all the colours and vibrant. So here's some of my ideas. The first one here, I was going to cover the whole sofa in bin bags. Second one, just the back of the sofa, leather, studs on the back. This one I was going to see on here, you can't really see very well, but on the arms I was going to have like Tomorrow's Beasties theme, so like bugs, but then I was going to make this with lino, but I didn't feel like it would look professional how I wanted it to look. I thought it would look quite messy, so I just originally went with idea 2, workshop. I did a workshop with Amy, and I based it around Tomorrow's Beasties. It was making my own patterns, my own wallpapers, putting them into things to make them look real. So here we go. It was a continuous pattern we made, as you can see. I then superimposed it onto a room, and I just found this amazing. I did not know you could do stuff like this. I was amazed by it. So I made a paper cutout because I decided I was going to make my own pattern and use it as a wallpaper. So this is the pattern I went with. And this is the first one I did, but I didn't like it, so I went with this one. Making the table. So this is how I bought the table. I then painted the wooden blocks, and then bought some fabric dye and dyed the leather parts of the sofa, the table. This is what it looked like once it finished. I then bought some stickers. I bought these stickers because I thought they reflected Lady Gaga and her personality and how she travelled around the world. I then varnished it, made the table legs. The table legs were made out of garden posts, so this is how I attached them. Then put studs to give it more of a Lady Gaga feel. Then the legs attached. What went well? The colour. I thought the colours worked really well together. The painting looked good. The varnish gave it a good finish, and the stickers, I just thought these really reflected Lady Gaga. The studs looked good. These also gave it a Lady Gaga feel, and I was pleased with the overall look, to be honest. It was just how I had it in my head. A lot of things also went wrong. So the stains, because it was an old thing, I had to put a lot of coats of paint on, but I did get through that in the end. Some of the studs wouldn't stick because I put too much glue on and they slide off, but more was less in this case, so I was really pleased. They were splitting the legs. I couldn't really solve this, but it did add to the effect, but I would have preferred it without. And the leather staining took quite a few goes. So, as I said, when I went to the Design Museum, I saw these mini models. This is the mini model I made. Making the sofa. So this is how I bought the sofa. And when I put it up at this angle, I thought it would make the leather tighter and easier to put in. But then, as I put it down, I noticed that it made it all baggy. But it was fine. I just undid all the nails and hammered it all in again. It looked fine. Here it is, step by step. I was really pleased with the back of the sofa. It's just looked great, looked like the dress, which I wanted it to look like. There we go, that's the final piece. What went well? The bin bags, I was over the moon with how the bin bags looked. The studs looked good. I was just pleased with how it looked overall. I really thought it reflected Lady Gaga. The materials looked good. I didn't think they looked cheap, and I was pleased with the overall outcome. A lot of things also went wrong though, so the fabric went baggy. The studs, if I nailed them in at an angle because it was going into wood, they would just completely move out the position I wanted them to be. And sometimes I cut the fabric too short, but this is easy to solve. I just recut the fabric again. So this is my paper cutout. I edited it on the computer so it was mirroring each other. I then made it a continuous pattern, and then I changed the colour. So because I was pleased with this pattern, I wanted to put it onto fabric. So unfortunately I bought the wrong dyes, and it should have gone on with heat, but it didn't work. So the way I came across this was using Image Maker. Image Maker is like a glue. You put it onto the pattern, press it down, leave it to dry, and the pattern should come off. So look, that's how it came out. I was pleased with it. So because I was pleased with this, I then wanted to put it onto a cushion. So I printed it off, cut the cushion out, made the cushion outline, the fabric, cut the fabric. It's about 2 pieces of A4 and a bit. So stuck them all together. And then I pressed it on, did the thing. But then when I was rubbing it off, some parts of the pattern didn't stick. So I had to find a way around this. So I just cut little bits of the pattern and stuck them on. This worked well. So that it did solve the issue in the end. Things that went well. The only thing that I personally went well was making the actual outside of the pillow and patching it up. They're the only things that I thought went well. A lot of things did go wrong. There was discoloration, patches were not covered, it looked messy. I just did not want to use it at all in my work. I wasn't happy with it. I made some mood boards. This is the mood board that I made for a living room. a bedroom, and for my Lady Gaga room, this is the wallpaper, sofa, fabric I used, table, cushions, lighting, colours I'd use in the room, and a clock. I went on other trips to Camden Market and Blackwell House. Blackwell House, there were the William Morris patterns, which I found really good seeing them in real, not just on the internet. So this is my final piece. So this is the overall final piece, and this is the final piece in use. I wanted to show that it wasn't just a showpiece, that it could also be used. So reflection, what I thought went well in my project. A lot of things went well in my project. I thought the overall outcome was good. I learned a lot of new skills. I learned how to do stuff on the computer, how to find way around things. But some things did go well, like some things didn't come in time, the artist didn't reply, the cushion didn't work well, the fabric went baggy. And a lot of small things like the legs on the table, but there were some things that I could do. If I were to change it, I would not make the pillow how I made it. I'd find a completely different way around it. I'd also like to present my work in a better way, as I was not pleased with... Well, I was pleased with how it was worked, but I would have liked to get better pictures of my sofa. Because I was doing it in my house, I felt like I couldn't really get the best photos that I could to show my work. But I was pleased with how it turned out in the end. Progression. Hopefully I get into year 2 next year, because I love college and I love learning new things. It's just something I'm really passionate about. And hopefully if I get into year 2, I get into uni. And then uni, hopefully I get a decent job and something I enjoy. Anything to do with interior design, I'd love it. Thank you for watching.